Freestyle, official random now being played again. The semi-final 2 today. Abdo Satorov plays white versus Magnus, the blacks. Fabi White, Levon Black, Ali Reza versus Ding, and Vincent Kaimo versus Gukesh. So, okay. Let's have a look at Abdo and Magnus. No evaluation bar, no engine. Not now, but definitely at the very end. When we want to verify lines that we have proposed and maybe we're not certain of, and things like that. So it looks to me like a piece had been taken on e4, a minor piece, which is a knight, of course. And obviously, black can't take with the d5 pawn because there is the queen that takes, and that's going to be very painful. So Magnus is going to take back with the F. And now the question is, what exactly is he doing? Why doesn't he take? I mean, you could just take and then think about stuff later on, because obviously you've got to take the knight back, right? Yeah, weird. Okay. I mean, I thought that when it's something like obvious, you got to take the piece and then you're going to be starting investigating afterwards some other lines, ideas, etc. Okay. That's fine. That's okay. Yeah, there you go. I mean, I don't know if you really had to spend 2-3 minutes to just recapture it back with the F pawn, which is an obvious thing to do. But anyway, okay, okay. The bishop on h2, my chess friends wants to say I'm going to play a discover check probably. So that's one idea that might happen. This and this, amongst others. Anyway, the bishop defends the pawn, that is to say. The bishop defends the pawn, and maybe you could have a discover check whenever you want. Now, I think it's important to say that if black chooses to play e7 to e6 in order to, fix this guy here and offer more protection for the pawn, the bishop will become a very, very inefficient, so to speak. Yeah, so yeah, go figure. By the way, well, even if you castle, you know what's super strange here? Even if black were to castle, 0-0-0 that is, king would still be subjected to check. So castling doesn't solve the bishop issue on the discovered. So you gotta probably look at other ideas. Can you play just bishop? Can you play just bishop, bishop e6? I just wonder. Just wondering. Okay, we'll see about that. We'll see about that. Let's finish this coffee that we put in the kettle now, and I think that should keep us going. Should keep us going for the remainder of the game. Okay. So, what would you do if you were Magnus Castle? Would you play bishop to e6? Would you push the pawn to make sure that this guy will never go? And checking your king discovered, and then you're gonna do castle long? Would you do something else? Can we think about... It's important not to get discovered, check discovered. So probably bishop e, I'm tempted to say. Bishop e and then castle. Might that be a good plan? I don't know. Maybe, perhaps. Perhaps it can be played. I'm not sure though. Bishop e6 and then castle. Maybe. Maybe. Yeah. Are we live, by the way? Let me check, guys. Let me very quickly have a look here on my YouTube channel, and then we should be on kick.com as well, not just on YouTube. So I think we should be live. Yeah, we're live. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. So I think that's something that you need to seriously pay attention to. Not allowing that discover check to happen. Well, can you? It is, Mikhail Tal, it is live as we speak, so I can read your message right now. And just looking for active ways for Black to actually taking care of the discover check. Or can you just afford getting checked and instead looking for some oopsie? Wait a minute. No, let me just refresh the page. That was a mouse slip. Oh, I thought I did drop the queen. Huh. I was just thinking about queen being here and bishop being here, potentially. Very interesting. So Magnus didn't play e6. He didn't play bishop e6 to stop the discover check, but instead he aligned the rook, the queen with the rook on the f file. And now, weirdly enough, obviously you can't push the pawn because you're going to drop the bishop. Crazy. I mean, just look at this. Normally you don't want to. Normally you absolutely do not want to put a queen on a sort of diagonal where the bishop is. But it looks to me enormous pressure on the c file. Huge pressure on the c file here. You can't push the pawn because you're going to lose the bishop. And practically, it's quite takeable. I think the bishop could actually take the pawn on e5. Amongst other things. Amongst other things. Very interesting. Yep. So thanks for stopping by, Tal. I managed to upload a video about the game that they played yesterday. And now I'm watching live the remainder of the game. I'm using Chess now. Maybe later on I'll be using chess.com platform, but for the time being I'm on Chess and on a couple of other platforms, social media platforms. It's not just YouTube, that is. So yeah, if you think you got some interesting ideas, please do type them in, guys, and tell me your best thoughts. So I reckon Black wants to take on e5, I guess, amongst other things. What can you do with white, knowing that the bishop wants to take the pawn? Can you create a counter threat or something? Oh my god, that's such a sharp thing here. Queen. Probably they want to play queen to e8. Check. To water down the queen. I mean, it's just too strong of an attack with the queen and the rook battery on the c file. So probably queen wants to go on the back rank check and things. Can they castle long though? That is, can Magnus just castle? Thus preventing any back rank checks and things, so you don't need to trade off stuff and everything. Can you do that? Can Black castle here? In this insane Fisher random freestyle thing. That would be, by the way, 0-0- here on your castle. Very weird looking, but hey, that's what it is. Castle. Can you castle? Or do you play like bishop f7 and you just hold it like this? b5. b5. After long castle. Maybe this. b5 and this. Quite complicated, isn't it? This. Bishop f7. No, I mean bishop f7 now by Black. Bishop f7, b5. Bishop here. Queen's gotta go. Let's say they go back. And then you still have to address the rook being attacked by the b4 pawn. b5 for black now. b5 for black now. We're gonna have to move the queen. Obviously we can't take because checkmate in a move, so we're gonna have to move the queen. And where do you move the queen? Here? Here? b5, e6. No, because you're gonna dropping this guy. You're gonna be dropping the bishop. No, you can't do that. It doesn't work. So probably b4, b5, b4. Wow. Magnus is thinking. He's probably looking for the most aggressive move to play here. It could be b5. It's an attacking move. It stops any queen to backrank the black king. It does attack the queen. Pressurizes further c4 pawn. I think it looks interesting. It looks good. Definitely attacking. Definitely a problem for white to deal with. I guess you could play queen to b4 afterwards. Still sharp. Massively sharp. But hey, I guess you kind of have to. You have to. I think it's a force move, right? b5, queen b4. Is that forced? Yep, b5 being played straight away. Excellent point. Excellent point suggestion by our friend that just stopped now. So queen is being hit. And obviously we can't take it because checkmate in a move due to the battery. Very serious threat. So probably queen to b4. Probably queen to b4. And after queen b4, the painful stuff for white is that black can just keep hitting them with something like h5. I mean, this is just doesn't look very optimistic now for white. I think that queen to a4 wasn't the most inspired thing to play for white. Go up the store of that queen a4. Yeah, I just think he wasn't the best stuff ever. Probably he should have find ways to castle or something. Anyway, now if queen b4, there is a5. And it's just looking not okay for white. Yeah, if that c4 is... You know what's the painful stuff here, Mikhail Tal, is that if you do queen d1 and if you're dropping c4, I think you just very well maybe just drop the game. I mean, just resign or something. Dropping that pawn at this level. And the queen was on d1 anyway. I mean, this is super painful. The queen was already on d1. It's like you're giving Magnus pawn and you give them initiative and you give them complete dominance over on the king side. I mean, yeah, it's just painful for white. Yeah, it's just not okay. Queen d1, by the way, it was on d1. And following this move, go the queen. Yeah, probably you have nothing else to do anyway. Because again, if there is queen b4, we might just see another a5. And heck, I really don't know what you're gonna play. I mean, just looks not okay for white. It's bad. It's just bad. So yeah, as a desperation, probably queen d1 or just resign the game. What can I say for white? Yeah, it's not fine. It's not fine here. Guys, this is just move 14. You know, in a classical chess, I don't think a guy like Abdusatorov would get into this kind of a super messy butchering position here. I don't think he would do that in a classical game against anyone. But this is Fischer random move number 14, and it looks absolutely unbelievable. It looks absolutely crazy. Wow. Well, queen is being attacked again. You have to move the queen. Where do you move it? Hey there, Chan. Cheers, man. Yeah, absolutely. Do not neglect your exams. They are important. School is important. Yeah, deal with the school things, do the exams, and whenever you got time, just visit my latest videos. I'm gonna leave the live streams anyway on the YouTube live page with my recording, so you can just watch them at any point in the future, whenever you feel like to. But hey, thanks very much for the message, man. Did I see you in the past? I can't remember. I mean, it's not like I'm having thousands of viewers anyway, but uh, I might have met some of you in the past. Queen to C2. Okay, he didn't go to D. He went on to the C. Okay. It looks to me like we should be taking. I mean, Magnus should be taking with the pawn, the c4. Obviously, you're not taking with the rook. You're not taking with the rook because there is a bishop here, so you can't just do that. You can't do that, can you? I don't think you can do that. So if you have to do something, well, given the fact the pawn is pinned, can you just castle long? Or just take, okay, let me just highlight the candidate move. Did he? Let me refresh the page. Did he take? Oh no, he did. Let me just highlight the moves that I think black might be playing. That might be one, maybe a castling, or taking with this guy. But you need to have a rook here too. I think it would be nice to have a black rook on the b file. Well, you castle and then you're gonna have to use another tempi. So that's just maybe a bit slow. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Interesting. Very, very interesting. 1, 2, or this. Not this, because you're gonna be losing this guy. So it's gotta be the B. Okay, yeah, I remember something, but that was some time ago. Oopsie. Refresh the page. Right. Okay, Chan. Yeah, I might remember. Yeah, something rang the bell. Yeah, I think yeah, I might have met that nickname in the past. Some months ago, that is. Some months ago, over to June, July last year. June, July last year, yeah. Anyway, good meeting you again, brother. Yeah. And yeah, do the exams, do the school first. Right, so this pawn can't really be taken because there is this. So I guess you take with the B pawn, right? You take with the B, that is, if you don't want to play bishop takes C5. Challenging this guy, so to speak, probably. The pawn is pinned, so white can't really take. It's very much pinned. They can't do nothing. The initiative belongs to black now, so actually Magnus decides what to do at this stage. 1, 2, which one is it? Or castles. One of these three. What else do you do? What's the most aggressive move one can play here with black? Well, I'm not saying that castling is bad. I don't think it's that bad. But anyway. I guess one of these three, unless you want to push the A pawn. Although that feels maybe you push the A in order to play king h7. Oh boy, can that be even thought of? I mean, if you push this guy in order to get the king to h7 and then just get the rook, whatever the heck you want to get the rook. Oh boy, maybe. So that's another one. That's another idea. That's another idea. Which one is gonna be? This. Okay, 4 main ideas, and they're so time consuming. Hey, he took with the pawn. That was probably my first thought, my first candidate moving. He did play it. He did spend some minutes though, guys, yeah. He did spend some minute, but he did play it in the end. Yes. B5 takes on C4. That's exactly what he played. I think it looks very, very nice, very solid here. He's got this file for the rooks if he manages to. This one is quite solidified here. I think next in the cards for black would be just grabbing that pawn. I think it's important to get rid of the bishop. Unless you want to play something else. You still can't, I mean... I'm not sure. This guy is just a little bit annoying. I mean, you need to make sure that there's no threat coming from that bishop at any point in the future. So you gotta neutralize that bishop, so to speak, and just grab a pawn in the process. 3, 3, 7. So 3, 6, 7, 2, 4, 6. Come on, just grab another pawn. It's not just greediness, actually, Tal and Chan. I don't know, guys, if you're still there. I don't think it's just greed. I mean, when you're taking the pawn, it's not just greed. You actually neutralize that bishop. B3 says Modern Tal. Oh, that's so weird, man. B3 hadn't been played. Yeah, it's interesting, but I think it's so risky due to these ideas. Modern Tal. I think B3 would have really encouraged black to play this, and then you take, and then you take. And I just think it's unnecessarily complicated for white. Queen C3. Boy, what a painful move to play. I did mention this one at some point. So now the pawn can't move. But what you can do, I guess black might be investigating these lines at some point. So there is no discovered check. I guess you could just play king to c8 and then rook b8 though. That's interesting. Okay, queen to c3, by the way. Queen to c3 had been played here because... hello, Anirudh. Good to see you, man. So queen to c3 had been played to defend this guy against this double threat. So that's been taken care of. And Magnus played bishop g8 to bishop e6 too, preventing any discovered check that might happen. And now I guess he can just simply move the king over to the c file and then rook b. I don't think that's bad. And maybe just marching down with the pawn? I mean, really, what can white play? Really? What can they play? That doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean anything, the bishop here. I mean, even if you move a rook over here, what do? Can't move, can't move, can't move, can't move. Where do you go? Well, there is a problem with it. He's not in a good shape, I guess, Modern Town. He's not in a good shape for sure. He's not okay for the time being. It happens. So, interestingly, he played king b7. Interestingly, I thought actually you were supposed to get a rook on the b. Well, we could check with the engine at the end, not now. So I was thinking that actually you're supposed to kind of play this. Does you want to play rook b and then getting king in him? That might be. I mean, given the fact that white actually does not have too many points of attack, too many accesses, too many... I mean, maybe he can afford the luxury to playing a little bit of a bone cloud. King b7, rook b8, and then king a8. Figuring out that actually is the safest spot for the black king to being in a corner. Oh man, this is so sick. I know, this is the sickening. I know, because it's Fisher random. The rules are, Anirudh, exactly like in the classical chess in terms of pieces. You just need to remember, empty space in between the king and a rook, and you can do the castling however you want to. It's sick, but you could do the castling however, left side, right hand side. It don't matter as long as you got no pieces in between the king and the rook. It's sick, but it is what it is. I know. Weird looking, but this is Fisher random. Whoops, that didn't happen. It was just a mouse slip, guys. Apologies. Right, so castle short, which looks to me like very long. Castle short, there was a freaking very long castling here, but okay, leave it like this. Castle short because it's on the king side, that is. Anyway, don't matter. Or it matters. So castle short, which means castle long but castle short, long but short. And queen to b6 here. Queen to b6. Queen to b6 amongst very other things, maybe some batteries here. I don't know. Maybe keeping the queen, I mean making the queen to keep an eye on this guy after rook moves and queen obviously attacks that e3 pawn. b3. I'm not sure black's gonna have to black is taking your pawn, but anyway, it's a thought. Yeah, rook b1 seems the most natural thing ever to play here. Yes, rook b1 is the most natural reply here. Not b3. I'm not sure about the b3. It could be something. Oops, not this one. Apologies. Mouse slip again. It could be something to this, but it feels weird. CB, your guy is being attacked, by the way. Queen B. It just doesn't feel okay. It feels a bit fishy to play b3 here, Anirudh. I don't like b3 here. I don't like giving black the chance to hitting my queen with the rook. b3 takes, queen plays. I'm not sure. I have to sit down and calculate more. I'd rather go for rook b1. So all my instincts tell me that probably we should be going for a natural way to playing, which is rook b1. Anyway, you're not being attacked twice. I don't know if you should play prophylactically like this. I mean, you're really playing very prophylactically. Rook AB. Rook F. You could do rook F because maybe you may come to the conclusion that actually you can't use the rook on the F file. As I actually said a couple of minutes ago, I said that the white rook doesn't have any point of access here. Can't move, can't move, can't move, can't move. So given the fact you can't do a damn thing with the rook, maybe, from this point of view, maybe. Maybe. Tough one. Good stuff for Abdusattorov is that he's got like 28 minutes. He's on 28 minutes and Magnus is on 19 minutes. I mean, they can produce very good chess anyway. And we're here to witness this. So yes, modern Tal, I'd say probably rook FB1 might be more employable than rook A to B. Maybe. I don't know. I'm still being drawn towards rook AB1. I mean, it could be some other tactics, of course. He didn't do none of this, guys. I guess, as I said, any rook on the B file would have been overly prophylactic. He actually wants to open up to go with the A. Heck, he wants to push and push. That's what it is. And not just this, but you know what's the beauty of it, modern Talanani? This move, this move pawn a4 does not allow rook. Apart from the fact you're going to push the a pawn, at some point, I guess it doesn't allow rook to b5 to be played here. And there you go. Magnus plays almost instantaneously a5 to put a stop to that pawn's advancement. Now rook ab, my old idea, which probably in my panicking mode, I would have played it probably immediately because I'm panicking. So rook ab1 had been played now. I guess he wants to move the queen someplace else amongst other things. Well, where the heck do they want to move it anyway? It's getting very positional. You know, I like this kind of things. It's packed with pieces. We've got the bishop pair menacing everything. We have, so to speak, an opposite side castling for everybody here. And it's interesting. Will Black be thinking about this kind of stuff? Just asking for a friend. Can you? I think the idea for Black, Tal, and Anirudh would be to just get rid of this white pawn so you can actually launch a very, very nice attack on the G and H file. And Black Queen would stay there to look an eye to keep an eye on the E3, and then you might be able to just drop the other rook. So the whole idea would be probably doing some H pawn at some point. You really want to dismantle those guys. I think this is important. I would rather go for H. Yeah, I don't think it's bad. Rook B8, King C8. Rook B8, King C8. You kind of can. I'd rather want to go where the king is, frankly. I don't think it's a very bad idea what you're saying, Modern Tal. I don't think it's a bad idea, but I'm really, really attracted by hitting those guys. I mean, just making it challenging for them. Yeah, I guess you can. But I would prefer H pawn rather. Queen B4. Queen. No, I don't want to trade. It's interesting. It's interesting, Anirudh. Thanks for your idea. It's an interesting idea. What you're saying. Queen to B4. Mind you, they might not take, so you still give them options. Queen B4, although I don't think it's a blunder or anything, but you give them options. I mean, they have to defend the pawn, right? And if they take, you're gonna take. They play something alongside your thoughts, Anirudh. You play Queen B3. Which I guess it's based on the same stuff. I'm attacking your queen and actually I'm keeping an eye on this guy. The problem is now, if white takes, obviously 100% black's going to take with the pawn. Whereas if the queen was on b4 and you took, he would have taken with the a pawn. And now he got to take with the c pawn, I wanted to say, apologies. So now if white takes, black's going to take with the c pawn, for sure. I don't know. Maybe the bishop will be played here and then making it unbreakable. I wonder, maybe your idea, Anirudh, was a bit better. I don't want to imply anything. I just want to say I understand your queen b4 idea. I understand it. Maybe there is something to it that we are missing or something. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Maybe. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't mean white has to take. But now, what does that mean? I could take your guy and then I'm winning the rook. Well, Magna's not going to allow this to happen. Definitely. You're not going to allow this to happen. If this, probably we're going to see rook a. So it's a bit of a poisonous pawn. I don't know. Can you take this pawn and after rook a, you just run away with the queen? Is it safe? Or should you just take the queen? But if you take the queen, they take. You're actually subjecting your king. I'm not sure if black king is the happiest on the b file with the pawn had disappeared. I'm not sure. So probably you shouldn't be taking the queen with black. To my understanding, you shouldn't take the queen. So let's just make it clear. Oh my god, he took it. Do you really want to have the king on the b? Okay. You're in check now. You gotta move where? Here? Sorry, here? Where do you move? Where do you move the king? Frankly, where do you move the king? Why did it? Was it necessary? Okay, so he went on the c. I mean, he's able to oppose that rook with some rook b8. Okay. I guess Abdul wants to double up the rooks on the b file. I don't know. Can you do this? Again, the king isn't. He pushes the h. Why not? What about doubling the guys here? Is that a bad one? Well, when you play rook here, they're gonna do this. Then you're gonna take. Then they're gonna take. Then you're gonna play. What's wrong with this? From White's perspective, what is wrong with that? Hmm. Oh, dude, I need some. I need to take some time off the schools and the stream and Yeah, when I'll be able to find the sponsorship, probably I will. In the meantime, I'm just enjoying the live stream. I'm enjoying discussing ideas with you guys. I don't know, when I get a pension or something, I don't know. I really need to take time off the work assignments and clubs in order to do that. I think it's a luxury for me at this moment now to go for a CM title. Who knows? Okay, rook to c6. Okay, rook to c6 because probably Magnus wants to do some sort of battery here. Probably. Probably. Well, they both want to get the rooks on the b file, don't they? Yes, Anirudh, spot on, brother. That is true. So if you got the opportunity in your younger years to go for this, you should do it then. Because as soon as you get into adulthood and family stuff and the bills and stuff, that will be very difficult indeed. Yes. Yes, I think you're right about this one. I concur with your thought, Anirudh. Yes, if you're young, go for that one. Later on, it might be a bit more complicated. Well, depends on the circumstances again, but yeah, I recognize. I think you are correct in what you're saying. Yes. Okay, guys. So we do have a double up of the rooks on the b file, exactly as we said, and we do have that one. We said that one as well, and of course, rook c to b1, right? If not that one, there you go. Rook c to b1, and you want to bet about rook to b8 because that's exactly what's going to do. What do you want to do? Nah, that comes with a what? That's interesting. Yeah, I think you can. That can't be taken because you're gonna drop the rook, so you're gonna have to trade after all. Bang, boom, bang. Yeah, that makes sense. Come on, Magnus. Ooh, he took first. I guess you could play. No, you can't because you're gonna drop this guy. Why did you do it in this fashion? Why did you do it like that? Why didn't you get the rooks on the B? I wonder. I wonder why, because now the rook looks to me has to look after this guy all the time. Okay. Okay. Fair enough, fair enough, fair enough. Okay, now they're going to retreat. But Anirudh, let me ask you again. What exactly, how are you going to be opposing the white rook if you don't have any support for the rook, for your own rook on the b8 file? So what do you do with your own rook? Very, very genuine question. What do you do with your own rook? I mean, are you going to play rook a6 and then rook to b6? I guess you want to get the rook on the b file as well. Correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. But you do want to get the rook on the b file. How are you going to get your rook on the b file? Bishop to c7. Bishop to c7. I mean, c7 being here, I'm not sure how exactly you're planning getting this guy here. Right, okay, apologies. Okay. Bishop to d7. Where do you get your king, by the way? I'm not sure about that thing. You can't attack the rook because where do you move the king? There is a discover check coming from this guy. If you allow, I think bishop d7, it's a little disaster for Magnus because you can't even. I mean, this is serious. You can't do that bishop d7. It's really problematic. This guy is glued to the e6 square because you got to put a stoppage to the pawn moving. You really can't play that bishop. That's more like a waiting move. Okay, the way I see it, guys, it's probably. But you know, if you play rook to a6, you might be seeing rook to b8. I mean, it's just weird, really weird, because that white rook on b5 is so strong. The rook on b5 attacks constantly here, takes all the b file. I don't know how you're going to oppose that rook. I don't know. If you do some bishop h6, do you know what Abdu's going to play? Boom. Oops. So if you play this one here, Abdu's going to do this. and then you're going to have to run back. And if you run back, like where? You're hitting your own guy. Honestly, I don't know. I thought at some point Black was supposed to be playing something super, super aggressive, and I thought he's actually having things in control. Something fizzled out somewhere. Something fizzled out somewhere. There's something weird that happened in the Magnus's game. Yeah, what's this? It's still a painful move. H6. I mean, it's like doesn't address the main issue, but probably you can't address the main issue, which is you can't get a rook to the B file. And because you can't get the rook to the B file, you're gonna play this kind of very painful stuff, like H6. I mean, what does that have to do with anything? Okay. H6. You pushed. If you take, we're gonna take it by elimination. If you take, they take. Oops. No, he just shut it off completely. He shut it off everything. Okay. Okay. Are we going to see a draw here, ladies and gents? We're going to see a draw? Well, let's see. It may be too early to call it a draw. Genuine question. How the heck you going to move the black king? If you want to move the black king somewhere, like where? How are you moving the... Where do you move the black rook? Because if you move the black rook wherever you go, you either lose the pawn or you allow the white rook to go on the 8th rank. So this is problematic for black. You can't do any rook lift because of this. You can't face the rook because you're dropping this guy. I'm not sure why, but I think white is a bit more happier having the rook on the b5. I think white is very happy with that rook on b5, honestly. What do you think, Modern Tal? Okay. Magnus had found something. He blocked all the pawns stuff on the king side. He going to push this guy and play this. He found something. Yeah, the bishop is a big pawn here. Okay. I admit the bishop here would be completely stuck. Right? I admit. Okay. Probably that's what you want to do. You guys tell me if you think you want to do something else. You want to push this guy in order to get the bishop here. Right? And then this and then this. You tell me if you think I'm wrong or anything. So he's... Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. What's going on here? Why did he do that? What does he want to do? What's that move doing? It's doing nothing. Maybe he want to travel with the king or something? And this guy want to do this and that? And then this? So Tal, do you think actually Magnus plans on doing e6, bishop f8, and then bishop to c5 to allow some blockage here? Maybe, you know, moving that black rook somewhere at some point? You think so? That might be the case? Or there's something else? Also, the bishop would be happy to hitting this pawn all the time. If you're looking at bishop to f8, then maybe to c5, maybe... Do you think so, guys? Okay, bishop on f5 is a big pawn. Okay, fine. I think he can live with that. Because neither the other bishop does do a great deal. I mean, the other, you know, the counterpart, the d1 bishop does do... Nah, it's okay, mate. It's okay. That's how we love it. We love it complex. This is chess. Okay, but Magnus is Magnus. He is surprising every single time, right? Can someone enlighten the heck is this move? Modern Tal, what the heck is this thing, man? What was this with bishop here? Why did... Wait a second. Why did they play here in the first place? What the heck is going on? Why did it drop it? Yeah, but... No, they played it back, man. He played it back. They mess around. Okay, what was the thing with this bloody thing? Now I'm very honest about it because this, but they played this, and then I'm gonna do this. Look, this is just weird as hell. I mean, it could be like a sort of blockage or something. And you know what's the funny part? They just repeated the position now. I got a feeling they actually want to go for a draw. Hey, by the way, Dingley Rangers drew against Ali Reza. I think Ali Reza, I said, okay, man, just there you go. He played it again, guys. Does he want to do this? When he does that, I'm actually oh, what the fuck is what is that? Rook B2. Okay, they're gonna draw, people. They're gonna draw, and they look like they want to draw. Okay, I think it was just a sort of a waiting move. It was nothing in particular because, heck, you didn't do nothing with that bishop c8. Honestly, you don't do nothing. It was just a waiting move, guys. No one wants to move anything. If Abdusattorov wants to draw, he can do it again. Unless he wants to prolong it and play some bishop c2 or something. I don't know, just saying. I'm not sure. If you do this, you might be having this. That's serious. I'm not sure you're going to do bishop c2. It's bad. I know. I agree. I agree. I agree. I agree. I agree. I agree. So, guys, if it's... whoa, 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 whoa. No, that didn't happen, did they? Oh, they drew... Did they? They drew, fellas. They drew. Let me go to the very, 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 very end. Wait a minute. They drew. They drew. I told you some time ago they're going to draw. And, hey, it's a minus 1.3 for Christ's sake. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I think so. Yeah. Guys, hey, didn't I tell you that the plan with the bishop f8 was an idea? Hold on a second. Just wait a second. Just wait a second. My plan was e6. Hey, Tal and Anirudh, guys, I was correct about this. I said e6. I said it during the live stream. I said e6, king f1, bishop f8. There you go. I said it. I said this and I said this. That was the path for Magnus to press for the win. Heck, I was correct. I didn't talk rubbish. That's the first line of the engine. e6, king f1, bishop f8. I did highlight this. Bishop, oops. So I said that. So there you go. The plan for the black would have been make this guy a big pawn, leave it there. Heck, you can live with that. Rook b2 because practically you got nothing to play. Bishop f8, I did say that. Bishop f4 because white has nothing to play. And now I said bishop c5, which is the third line. No, the first line of the engine again. Heck, I did say that. All the stuff I said it. Rook b5. What else did I say? Anyway, I took it to this point because I like the idea of the bishop hitting here. I like the idea of bishop actually taking all this stuff. And Magnus didn't decide to play it. He couldn't decide to play this position. The engine says black is killing it. And that's what I would have went for if I was black in this position. I'm fully aware the bishop on f5 is just a pawn. True. But neither white, neither the dark square light bishop does do a great deal of nothing either. So why not try to do something instead? Bishop a3. What? Bishop. Oh my god, this is so sick. Bishop a3. What the heck is this? What am I missing? Why bishop a3? What's going on? Oh, that's nonsense. Oh, sorry guys. This it's Fisher random. Apologies. Bishop a3. not bishop h3 for Christ's sake. I was thinking that. Okay, forget about it. It's just I got crazy with that one. All right, so bishop a3 or rook f8 or rook c8 or rook g8 or rook d8. Rook d8. What if they took though? Then make a breakage like this. This is so complicated and nice. I'm actually surprised that Magnus went for a draw. I'm really surprised because he had 9 minutes on the clock. This is not a draw. This is so not a draw. Maybe Magnus wants to win with whites, but this is just not necessarily a draw. It's not. It's not. Anyway. Right, I think we got to look at some other stuff, guys. Surprisingly, that draw that they went for. Surprisingly. What other guys are playing here? Gukesh with a ton of time and Aaron Levonian with Fabi. Okay, let's look at this one. Looks dramatic here. Oh, cover everything. Come on. Ah, I'm so sorry I had the engine on with this, guys. It just makes me so unhappy when I see the engine on. During the live games, that is. Oh, come on. All right, what have we got in here? Two minor pieces, two minor pieces, two white rooks, two black rooks. I guess he can castle. I guess. But there is this. Whose turn is now, by the way? Gukesh. Knight c5. Bishop to d4. And if you take here, whoa, check. Whoa, 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 they're moving too fast. Wait a second. Of course they're moving fast. I mean, Vincent is like 3 minutes on the clock anyway. So guys, yeah, that idea with e6 was actually very, very good one. Was actually the only correct move. That was a very good one. I thought Magnus gonna play it. I really thought he gonna play it. Well, I'm happy at least I saw it. At least I saw a very good idea. Anyway, king to c1. What's going on here? Two rooks and knight, queen. If there is a check, I'm gonna move the king. No, I can't move because there is a bishop, but I'm gonna move this way. So I can defend this guy from the queen. No, you don't need to defend. There is a queen here. So you don't need to defend anything. You just, well, you gotta move anyway. Heck, you can even play this. I think so. If white manages to stabilize things, that's alright, man. Thanks very much for stopping, Modental. Thanks, brother. Yeah. You may subscribe this channel so we can like get in touch when I'm going live again. Probably if you haven't done it already. Thanks very much for your presence. Thanks for your ideas. Uh, an absolute pleasure, guys, to talk to you. Really cool stuff. Happy to have met. Okay. So, Gukesh, what are you cooking? What are you doing here? I mean, apart from a check, what else does black have? Apart from this kind of stuff, which by the way will be replied immediately with rook blocking and hitting the queen with tempo. What else do they do? I'm not sure what else they do. Ooh, I didn't notice that actually the chat is a little bit... Okay, I gotta fix the chat. Apologies, guys. Let me just drop this thing a bit. Uh-huh. Now that's much better. Much. Okay, cool. Lock it in. Going back now. Okay. So if there is any check with the queen, there will be a rook blocking and queen has to move again. So you're not going to do nothing out of that check. But what else do you do here with black? Can you castle? Asking for a friend? My God. No, you can't castle because you're gonna drop a rook. Oh my God, this is really frustrating not being able to. Can you do? No. As long as the queen is there, no, you cannot. But maybe you could do this. Anyway, it's black's turn to play. Black's turn to play. Minute. Okay, though I don't know why I'm not seeing the messages coming via LinkedIn or Facebook. Well, I don't know if I got people via Facebook. I'm able to see YouTube and Kick.com, but yesterday when I was streaming live, I wasn't able to read the messages via LinkedIn. So maybe the restream chat doesn't update them or something. I don't know, but I wasn't able, unfortunately. So that might be something I need to fix, or maybe there is a glitch. So apologies to my friends on LinkedIn that might be visiting, but I can't read them at all unless they go via YouTube or Kick.com apparently, or maybe Facebook. I think Facebook should be just working. The problem is with the LinkedIn messages, I can't see them. Let me check. Uh, Probably I need to open up the app in order to see if there is. Anyway. So what is black supposed to be playing? Apart from a check, which would be immediately responded with rook blocking and hitting the queen back, what else have you gotten? Can you consider this idea? Probably. This and game over. Queen a2. Is queen a2 playable? Check. That's not going to work. Hmm. So if black wants to attack, I guess he needs to take on a2, right? Although we always have this. That's quite an interesting position. So if queen takes a2, perhaps we can play this. There might be another check. Then we are forced to move the king. There might be another check. And where do you go? Looks like the a2 pawn has to be taken. And I think Gukesh wants to make absolutely certain that actually he does play the best move here in this position. So he's not rushing it. But I guess queen a2. I guess. Queen a2. Let me check the Facebook though. Oh yeah, that's fine. One comment. What comment is that? Why don't I see the comments on the restream chat? I don't know. I think I'm seeing the YouTube and the. Okay, cool. That's fine. Hmm. Okay, let's go to Fabian Levon Aronian because we haven't seen at all those guys' game. Wow, 2 minutes for Levon, and Fabi's got like an eternity there, 13 minutes. Whose turn is it? Levon's. This guy's pinned, can't take the queen because of the rook. And amongst other things, we might be able to make in a battery, maybe? Also, there is a lot of pressure here. But anyway, let's just get the other rook. But it is black's turn, by the way. Black's turn to play. What is black going to play? What is black going to do here? What is black going to play? This bishop really cuts through everything. You can't even dream of this. You can't check the king because there is a rook here. You can't check the white king is just so untouchable for the time being. Okay, what does the rook want to do? Where do you want to go with that rook? You want to play this sacking? Crazy. Oh boy. Do you know what I'm thinking here, guys? I'm thinking that black also would like to, because I mean black now is growing desperate, really. The position is really serious. Yes, I think queen had been playing to prevent the black rook to sack itself here, because if you took, you had this. A little bit serious, perhaps. I mean, allow some counter game, and he didn't want to have that. He didn't want to have that. Therefore, he played the queen over to b5. So preventing any rook sacrifice here. Pawn can't take, it's pinned. You can't do this because there is double attack on the d7 square. And I guess we might be seeing this. It's a natural way to do, right? I mean, you want to do this. I still think you want to do the rooks like this. Or do you want to do something else? Do you want to block here and then taking? Amongst others. Well, Fabi's got like 12 minutes really. Does Fabi want to do rook d5, blocking the queen from defending the rook in order to attack the rook? Hi there, Cthulhu. Good to see you, brother. So, it's a very interesting ending. And unfortunately for Levon, he's like 24 seconds, and the other guy is like, Fabi's like 11, 12 minutes. Huge difference, discrepancy. So I guess if you play this kind of move with rook d5, you're blocking the queen from defending the rook, and you might be able to take this guy. I mean, you've threatened to take it, but boy, look at this crazy rook sacrifice. You can't take it because this guy takes. If you take with the queen, I'm going to take your rook. This is superb. Ah, hecking Kaima taking. Oh my god. So you take the queen and you're going to take defending this rook. This is sick as it gets. I'm not sure if that was a sound sacrifice, but it's certainly exciting. I thought you can't take it, but actually he just took it straight away, Levon. I think actually Fabi did that based on the fact that actually Levon is like 13 seconds on the clock and he just wanted to create a mess. I'm not sure it's a very, very sound exchange there made by by Fabi. Because if he was, he would have just grabbed it straight away. He would have taken it straight away. Oh man. I guess you gotta take the queen now because you already threw the dice. I don't think he should have rushed it. The position was very, very cool, very interesting. I don't think he should have rushed it. I think he should have played maybe rook d5 was better. I think. I might be wrong though. We could check with the engine later on. I guess now you have to take. Oh, whoa, whoa, what did happen? Wait, wait, let me just refresh quickly. Apologies, let me refresh quickly. What did happen? First, check with tempo. Now you gotta have to take the queen. Right? You have to take the queen. No, he did a check first. You take now, and if the bishop takes, you're gonna take here. Okay, Fabi is a tactical genius. He is a tactical genius. He's an absolute tactical genius. This is superb. He's gonna resign right now. Levon, if he didn't do it, he will be resigning. I mean, you can't. Oh my God, there's another check coming here with the queen. Unless you want to do something else. But anyway, it's such a strong attack with that queen defended by the pawn. If you manage to get this guy free in the game, that would be phenomenal. If you manage to push that pawn and get the bishop cruising everywhere. Where do you go, by the way? He's going to resign, I'm telling you. Yes. Yes, he did resign. It's just too much attacking power. Too much attacking power. What a game. What a game. Queen b5 and checkmate. Queen b7 and checkmate on b7 on b6, both of them. Phenomenal play by Bobby. Tactical genius. And now very quickly, let's have a look here at the... Oh, why did I put the engine? Sugar. Yeah, it was 92. Bound to happen anyway. 92. Okay. Vincent is actually very low on time and the position is not that great. He's facing two black rooks with one knight and a rook. I mean, the all he has is just some checks, but probably very stoppable. And I guess Gukesh would like to trade off everything when he gets the chance, like getting the rooks to do more work here. I'm not sure what Gukesh is going to play now, though. He's going to is he going to play something prophylactic, like playing this kind of move with b6, or he's going to attack the knight, or I'm not sure. Do you have any other checks? You could just go for trades. I think that might be a better one. You're also stopping the queen from checking you. So if I'm correct, I think we should be going for trying to force some trades, or at least to attempt to get the queens off the board. So probably we should be able to see some queen to e4, some... Okay, b6, I did say that. I absolutely did say b6 from a prophylactic point of view, preventing any queen to d4 checks. Rook being hit. But you can do a check now. Right now. And pieces are going to come off the board straight away. Absolutely. There you go. Now you're going to trade. He's going to resign. Kaima going to resign any second now. You're going to take the queen. King's going to take. You're going to move this guy. Heck, I don't know. Here. Well, you're going to be winning now. That's it. Queen takes queen. Or you move the rook now. Ridiculous. Nah, you just take the queen. You got to simplify things. Exactly as I said. You're going to move the rook. Okay. Somewhere out of the knight's range. What's the best spot? Can you do another check, perhaps? He attacked the knight. Knight moves. Goes for this one. Can we do this? Can we do rook d8? Or it's a blunder? No, it's not a blunder. It's the normal stuff to play. It's good. I mean, I'm able to see at least the normal moves. So now rook double attack on this guy here. If you want to do something, you got to move the king. Because you can't move anywhere. And then we're gonna see this. I think he gonna resign. Vincent gonna resign in any second. He gonna resign. He gonna resign any second. There's nothing to play here. Being white, you could just resign at this stage. You can't achieve nothing. The game is done. Finished for Vincent. This game. You can't do nothing. You can't defend. There's no check with the knight. You can't do nothing. You can't go anywhere. Oh, come on. You can't be serious. Are you serious, man? Come on. Goodbye. He resigned. There you go. Yeah. He resigned. There you go. You can't do nothing. So much power here. All right, fellas. So thanks very much for watching. God King Tulu, who was that Modern Tal, and Anirudh, guys. Thanks for stopping by. Check my last YouTube video, guys, on the game that Magnus played yesterday with Abdustorov. So check that video, guys, at your own convenience. And I guess I'll be logging in again tomorrow for the final of the Freestyle Fisher Random. Okay. Thank you, guys, and see you soon.